Diathesis stress model. Please go with subtitles. What is diathesis? Diathesis is predisposition to develop a disorder. It is also called as vulnerability stress model. It is a psychological theory which states that mental and physical disorders develop from a genetic or biological predisposition for that illness, which is called diathesis, combined with stressful conditions that play precipitating role. So altogether contributes to cause a disease, whereas protective factors always decreases the chances of getting disorder. The three components that we have to keep in this model are diathesis, genetic or biological causes, physical or emotional stress which causes the negative effects on our health. Rubinstein in 1986 developed a stress, that is diathesis theory of suicide, in which effects of specific situational stressors and predisposing factors of vulnerable individuals in a given culture are integrated in a biocultural model of suicidal tendency. Here first we have to learn about what are the various causes that contribute to biological or psychological vulnerability. Somatic means our bodily causes, and biological risk factors means all body systems, nervous system and all these things. Then psychological, that is recent traumas, maladaptive schemas or intergeneration factors. Then socio-cultural factors, environmental factors, unstable or insecurities from the family side. All these factors contribute to biological and psychological vulnerability. The patient or the client is prone to get, that is meaning easy chance to get, that is vulnerable, very weak we can say. Then in the triangle form we can see that the predisposition vulnerability, it always causes the chances of disease, and also stress on the vertical axis. Once the stress is increases, the chances will be increasing. So when the stress and also the predisposing factors are increasing, then there are chances of disorders of maladaptation or mental disorders. Remember, we need to remember here one thing, that PPM means first is precursors we can say, that is predisposing factors or precursors. Then P is precipitating factors, M is maintenance. So predisposing, precipitating and maintenance. So let us see what are they. The precursors can be genetic, then brain diseases, then early learning experiences or bad family histories. All these things can make the person vulnerable. So these are called as precursors. This leads to, that is diathesis. This vulnerability is called as diathesis. This associated with stress factors like poor self-understanding, family stress or social stress, problems in the family or at workplace, whatever it may be. So all these contribute to stress. Then this leads to outcome, that is occurrence of disorder like schizophrenia. So precursors, stressors both together causes the outcome, that is mental disorder. Again here diathesis, stress and disorders. Okay, diathesis, stress or disorder. Diathesis means predisposition or vulnerable factors, and stresses means again environmental, social, family, all these factors, that is lifestyles changes, family conflicts, frustrations, all these things makes the person to stress more. This leads to increased chances of that is increased diathesis means increased vulnerable factors make the person to become mentally ill. Okay, or psychological disorder. So the diathesis is vulnerability where the minimal stressful circumstances leads to lower probability of a disorder, and on other side excessive stressful events leads to higher chances, higher probability of attaining mental disorder. So higher the diathesis, higher the chances, higher the disorder. Thus predisposing factors plus precipitating factors plus maintaining factors. So predisposing, like we can say neurotransmitters, means imbalances in our body. Then the precipitating can be death of the beloved one. Maintaining may be thinking of that depression only. So the diathesis alone don't cause any mental disorder. Example, for depression, in a depression case or a depression client, the diathesis of neurotransmitters is a predisposing factor, and sudden death of a loved one or beloved one is a precipitating factor, and illogical thinking or negative thinking, okay, like committing suicide, all these things, why this life, my life is waste, all these like illogical thinkings can be considered as a maintaining factor. All these contribute to cause a disorder. That is about diathesis stress model. 3 factors should be there: predisposing, precipitating, and maintenance factors. Alone one factor cannot cause a mental disorder. That is the concept of this diathesis stress model given by Rubinstein. Then coming to the protective factors, how we can control not getting the mental disorder. That is changing the family environment and supportive care, caring and handling of the stressful events, increased self-confidence, self-esteem and peaceful childhood, games and sports, diversional exercises or therapies, then yoga, meditation and so on. Next, resilience also one factor of protection. Okay, how we can come out of a problem. That is capacity to come out of a stressful events by challenging the threatening circumstances. So, good outcome, sustained efficiency even under the threat can be said as resilience. The recovery from traumatic experiences, stressful events and better coping with all these losses can be said as resilience. It is nothing but inoculation or stealing effect. So these are the few points about diathesis stress model. Thank you.